Good morning. Good morning. My name is Mr. Hassan. I'm your teacher for today. Today we are going to talk about a topic that related to your studies. You are all students of arts, right? Yeah. Okay. First, I want you to tell me what do you think when you saw these pictures. Wait. What? Can you wear this in university? Can anyone come like this tomorrow? No. Okay. Like this. This is so simply. Okay. So even if we change the color, even so, okay. Also no. This is so trendy. No. Not trendy? Okay, this dress. Okay, these dresses. Not? So what do you think when you also no? Okay, what do you think when you saw these pictures? Weird, right? Creative? Okay, so what?
Unnecessary fashion.
Okay, unnecessary. So if we change this jacket colors, okay, even so, these fashions are weird, and it's been trendy for a short period of time, and it's fade away. It's like fast fashion trends, okay? So it comes and fade away quickly. So can anyone guess what is the topic of today?
Fast fashion.
Fast fashion, okay. Even this dress? Okay, can anyone guess? Be quiet. Can anyone guess what is the fast fashion mean?
Something which get trended then.
Yes, it's a design that's been trendy for a short period of time. Yes, and it's fade away. It's what? Fade away. Fade away. Okay. Can anyone raise the definition? Yes?
An approach to design, creation.
Raise your voice, please. Please.
An approach to design, creation, and marketing of clothing fashion that emphasizes making fashion trends quickly and cheaply available to consumers.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, now we are going to listen to the audio, but first we are going to learn new vocabs, okay? Outsource. Repeat after me. Outsource. Outsource. Can anyone read the example? Yes?
Nowadays, many software companies are outsourcing their software applications to Indian developers.
Developers, right. Can anyone guess what outsource meaning? Anyone? Okay.
outsourcing.
Can you guess?
هو اصلا
Okay, outsource mean outsource mean if a company make another company do its service or doing something for them by buying money because they are making it cheaper or better. Okay, to give a product or a service to another company to do it, often because that company has skills to do it, or it can be done cheaper. Can anyone guess outsource is a verb or a noun? Verb?
Now,
Noun. It's noun.
Who thinks it's a verb? Okay, who thinks noun? It's a verb. Okay. Undercut. Repeat after me. Undercut. 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 The example? Can you read the example?
the new construction company is undercutting its loan established revolts to make profits.
So can anyone guess what undercuts mean?
Competition with the companies.
Yes, it's happened by a competition, but what it's mean? It's you're closer. Huh? Okay. Can you guess?
What is that?
Okay. If a company undercuts another, it charges less to do a job than its competitor. Okay? Undercut. Undercut. Can anyone guess it's a verb or a noun? It's a verb. Okay. Make a pledge. Make a pledge. Make a pledge. Make a pledge. Make a pledge? Okay. Can anyone read the example? Yes? Yes.
I made a pledge.
Raise your voice, please.
I made a pledge to study harder and become more
Punctual. Okay. A pledge is like a promise. You make a pledge, like you make a promise. Okay? To publicly promise to do something. Can anyone guess a pledge is make a pledge is a noun plus noun or verb plus noun or verb plus noun? You all agreed? Verb plus noun. Stems from. Stems from. Stems from. Okay. Can anyone read the example?
your anxiety stems from your perfectionist needs.
Nature. Okay. Stems from. Can anyone guess what it means?
Get better.
What?
Get better.
Try again.
Solve the problem.
No. Stems from. It's mean the cause of something or the reason. Okay. Is a cause by or is a result of something. Can anyone guess stems from is a noun plus noun or verb plus noun or verb? Verb plus noun? Okay, it's a verb plus proposition. From is a proposition, it's not a noun. Okay, so far so good? All clear? Illogical. 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 Read the example. Can anyone read the example? Please. Yes, you.
You request to leave the meeting while we are having an important discussion of the
Discussion?
discussion of the project timeline is quite illogical.
Illogical. Can anyone guess what illogical mean? Unreasonable. Yes, it's unreasonable. Okay, it's unreasonable, not sensible, more driven by emotions than practical reasons. Okay, illogical. Illogical. Is it a verb or noun?
Adjective.
Yes, it's adjective. A backlash. A backlash. Raise your voice. Backlash, please. Okay, the example. Can anyone read it? Yes.
There's a backlash to the spread of bullying in schools and universities.
Okay, can anyone guess what a backlash mean? Yes? No, no. Backlash is a strong negative reaction to something. Okay? A strong negative reaction to what's happening. Is it a verb or a noun? Can anyone guess? Noun? You are agreed? Okay. Huh? Adjective? It's a noun. A backlash. A backlash. So now you have 5 minutes. Okay? Now you have 5 minutes to fill in the blanks. Okay? The first question is chesting. Okay. Now you are all going to answer these questions. Okay? You have 5 minutes. The first questions. Okay? What are you going to do?
Answer the question in 5 minutes.
Okay. No, smart. Okay. فيش ورق. مش مهم. Are you finished?
But
You all finished? Okay. So, who answers the first question? Yes, you?
If a company outsources, it gives a part of its work to be done by another company in return of money.
Excellent. The second one? Yes.
They claim to undercut their competitors by at least.
Okay, sorry. Can you repeat the first question again? It's outsource. Okay? Outsource, you said outsource. Okay. The second one?
They claim to undercut their competitors by at least 25%.
Yes, it's right. Excellent. The third one? Yes.
The members of the parliament may pledge to construct new schools for children in the neighborhood.
Excellent. The fourth?
if psychological problems stem from her difficult miserable childhood.
Yes.
It is an illogical statement because the first part of the statement
Contradicts.
the second part.
Okay. The last one? Yes.
There is a backlash to the increasing plastic waste and pollution rates caused by modern lifestyle.
Okay, now we are going to watch a small video that related to fast fashion and trends. Okay?
Hi! Ross is wearing leather pants. Does nobody else see that Ross is wearing leather pants? Someone comment on the pants!
I think they're very nice. I really like them.
Now we are going to listen to the video, to an audio, okay, that talked about fast fashion. Okay, and you have 6 minutes to answer the second part of questions. Okay. The second page and the third one. Okay. these 6 questions. Okay, so what are you going to do
Answer the question.
while listening to this audio? Okay,
This is a download from BBC Learning English. To find out more, visit our website.
6 Minutes English from bbclearningenglish.com. Hello, this is 6 Minute English from BBC Learning English. I'm Georgina.
And I'm Neil.
In this program, we're talking about buying clothes and only wearing them a few times before buying more clothes.
This is something known as fast fashion. It's popular, it might make us feel good, but it's not great for the environment.
Which is why lots of people this year are pledging or promising publicly to buy no new clothes.
I, for one, am wearing the same shirt I bought 7 years ago.
You're certainly not a fashion victim, Neil. But first, let's test your knowledge of fast fashion with a question. Do you know how many items of clothing were sent to landfill in the UK in 2017? Was it A, 23 million items, B, 234 million items, or C, 2.3 billion items? What do you think, Neil?
I'm sure it's lots, but not billions. So I'm going to say 23 million items.
I shall tell you if you're right at the end of the programme. Let's talk more about fast fashion, which is being blamed for contributing to global warming.
And discarded clothes, that means ones that are thrown away, are also piling up in landfill sites. Fibre fragments are flowing into the sea when clothes are washed.
It's not great, and I've heard the average time someone wears something is just 7. So why is this, and what is driving our desire to keep buying more clothes?
I think we should hear from fashion journalist Lauren Bravo, who's been speaking on the BBC Radio 4 programme You and Yours. She explained that clothes today are relatively cheaper than those from her parents' days.
A lot of clothing production got outsourced, offshored over to the developing world, so countries like Indonesia, India, Bangladesh and China are now responsible for making the vast bulk of all the clothes that are sold in the UK. And with that, we've seen what we call chasing the cheapest needle around the world. So the fashion industry constantly looking to undercut competitors, and with that, clothes getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper.
Right, so clothes in the developed world at least have become cheaper because they are produced in developing countries. These are countries which are trying to become more advanced economically and socially.
So production is outsourced. That means work usually done in one company is given to another company to do, often because that company has the skills to do it. And in the case of fashion production, it can be done cheaper by another company based in a developing country.
Lauren used an interesting expression, chasing the cheapest needle. So the fashion industry is always looking to find a company which can make clothes cheaper. A company that can undercut another one means they can do the same job cheaper.
Therefore, the price of clothes gets cheaper for us.
Okay, so it might be good to be able to buy cheaper clothes, but why do we have to buy more and only wear items a few times?
It's all about our obsession with shopping and fashion. It's something Lauren Bravo goes on to explain on the You and Yours radio programme. See if you can hear what she blames for this obsession.
Buying new things has also become a trend in itself for certain generations. I think that feeling that you can't be seen in the same thing twice, it really stems from social media particularly. And quite often people are buying those outfits to take a photo, to put on Instagram. And it sounds illogical, but I think when all of your friends are doing it, there is this invisible pressure there.
Laura makes some interesting points. Firstly, for some generations there is just a trend for buying things.
It does seem very wasteful, but as Lauren says, some people don't like to be seen wearing the same thing twice. And this idea is caused by social media. She uses the expression stems from.
She describes the social pressure of needing to be seen wearing new clothes on Instagram. And the availability of cheap clothes means it's possible to post new images of yourself wearing new clothes very regularly.
It sounds very wasteful and to me illogical, not reasonable or sensible, and more driven by emotions rather than any practical reason.
But there is a bit of a backlash now. That's a strong negative reaction to what is happening. Some people are now promising to buy second-hand clothes or vintage clothes, or make do with the clothes they have and mend the ones they need. It could be the start of a new fashion trend.
Yes, and for once I will be on trend, and it could reduce the amount of clothes sent to landfill that you mentioned earlier.
Yes, I asked you if you knew how many items of clothing were sent to landfill in the UK in 2017. Was it A, 23 million items, B, 234 million items, or C, 2.3 billion items? What did you say, Neil?
I said A, 23 million items.
And you're wrong. It's actually 234 million items. That's according to the Enviro Audit Committee. It also found that 1.2 billion tonnes of carbon emissions is released by the global fashion industry.
Well, we're clearly throwing away too many clothes, but perhaps we can recycle some of the vocabulary we mentioned today.
I think we can, starting with pledging. That means publicly promising to do something. You can make a pledge to do something.
When something is outsourced, it's given to another company to do, often because that company has the skills to do it, or it can be done cheaper.
And if one company undercuts another, it charges less to do that job than its competitor.
The expression stems from means is caused by or a result of. We mentioned that the rise in fast fashion stems from sharing images on Instagram.
And we mentioned this being illogical, so it seems unreasonable, not sensible, and more driven by emotions rather than any practical reason.
And a backlash is a strong negative reaction to what is happening.
And that brings us to the end of our discussion about fast fashion. Please join us again next time. Bye!
Bye!
6 Minutes English from the BBC.
Bye. Okay. You answer the first one? Yes. What is the audio mainly about?
Fast fashion or buying more clothes beyond.
Okay, right. It's mainly about, you can read it?
Mainly about causes
and impact?
The impact of fast fashion in our life.
On our lives, right? Who answered the second one? The second one? Who answered? Yes? Two people? Three? Four? No. Who think it's three? Okay, who think they are two? Okay, who thinks they are four? Yes? Okay. They are three. Georgina, Neil, and Lauren. Okay, who answers the third one? Yes, you?
23 million.
How much?
23 million.
23?
23 million.
Okay. 243 million items of clothing were sent to landfill in the UK in 24/7. Okay, the fourth one? You? Who answered? No one? Okay, you can read it. Oh? People may...
People buy fast fashion items nowadays because they are cheap items. Also, some people have obsession.
Obsession. Yes?
With shopping and fashion, in addition, the invisible pressure of social media, buying a clothing item, to take a photo, to put on
Instagram. Yes.
People buy these items.
So, what are these reasons? Because they are cheap, okay? Have obsession, have what? Obsession. And with showing fast fashion, invisible pressure of social media, okay? So they are three reasons, okay? What is the impact of fast fashion on the environment? Okay, no one? Can anyone read it for me? Yes, you can read it. Raise your voice, please. It contributes. Yes. And the great number.
Great number of discarded clothes that goes into the landfill, and clothes are huge waste problem.
Okay, so far so good. Who give synonyms to the three words? Okay. Invisible. Do you know what synonyms mean? Okay, it's the word that invisible.
We can't see.
Yes. Unseen. Unseen. Okay. Can anyone read the example?
While playing with his mother, the young child pretended to be invisible.
Okay. Emissions. 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 What does emissions mean? Yes?
It's kind of bad gases.
Yes, right. It's kind of bad gases. Releases. Okay? Releases are bad gases. Can anyone read the example?
Carbon dioxide emissions contribute to the global warming problem.
Okay, nice. Obsession. Obsession. Who gives synonym?
Addiction.
Yes, it's like addiction. Preoccupation. Okay? Who can read the examples?
Due to her psychological illness, she suffered from the obsession
That she is going to die. Okay? Back. Now you are going to listen again to the audio that in pairs and answer the page number 4 and 5 and 6. Okay, so what you are going to do now, yes, and answer page number 4 and 5 and
the last one, 6?
yes, and the last one 6. Okay, in pairs. Okay, you answer this question in pairs. Okay, pairs. Howdy.
This is a download from BBC Learning English. To find out more, visit our website.
6 Minutes English from bbclearningenglish.com.
Okay.
Hello, this is 6 Minute English from BBC Learning English. I'm Georgina. In this program, we're talking about buying clothes and only wearing them a few times before buying more clothes.
This is something known as fast fashion. It's popular, it might make us feel good, but it's not great for the environment.
Which is why lots of people this year are pledging or promising publicly to buy no new clothes.
I, for one, am wearing the same shirt I bought 7 years ago.
You're certainly not a fashion victim, Neil. But first, let's test your knowledge of fast fashion with a question. Do you know how many items of clothing were sent to landfill in the UK in 2017? Was it A, 24 million items, B, 234 million items, or C, 2.3 billion items? What do you think, Neil?
I'm sure it's lots, but not billions. So I'm going to say 23 million items.
I shall tell you if you're right at the end of the programme. Let's talk more about fast fashion, which is being blamed for contributing to global warming.
And
work together.
Clothes, that means ones that are
You can
thrown
work
away,
together.
are also piling up in landfill sites. Fiber fragments are flowing into the sea when clothes are washed.
It's not great, and I've heard the average time someone wears something is just 7. So why is this? And what is driving our desire to keep buying more clothes?
I think we should hear from fashion journalist Lauren Brando, who's been speaking on the BBC Radio 4 programme You and Yours. She explained that clothes today are relatively cheaper than those from her parents' days.
A lot of clothing production got outsourced, offshored over to the developing world, so countries like Indonesia, India, Bangladesh and China are now responsible for making the vast bulk of all the clothing sold in the UK. And with that, we've seen what we call chasing the cheapest needle around the world. So the fashion industry constantly has been trying to cut competitors, and with that, clothes getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper.
Right, so clothes, in the developed world at least, have become cheaper because they are produced in developing countries. These are countries which are trying to become more advanced economically and socially.
So production is outsourced. That means work usually done in one company is given to another company to do, often because that company has the skills to do it. And in the case of fashion production, it can be done cheaper by another company based in a developing country.
Lauren used an interesting expression, chasing the cheapest needle. So the fashion industry is always looking to find a company which can make clothes cheaper. A company that can undercut another one means they can do the same job cheaper.
Therefore, the price of clothes gets cheaper for us.
Okay, so it might be good to be able to buy cheaper clothes, but why do we have to buy more and only wear items a few times?
It's all about our obsession with shopping and fashion. It's something Lauren Bravo goes on to explain on the You and Yours radio program. See if you can hear what she blames for this obsession.
Buying new things has almost become a trend in itself for certain generations. I think that feeling that you can't be seeing the same thing twice, it really stems from social media particularly. And quite often people are buying those outfits to take a photo, to put on Instagram. And it sounds illogical, but I think all of your friends are doing it. There is this invisible pressure there.
Laura makes some interesting points. Firstly, for some generations there is just a trend for buying things.
It does seem very wasteful, but as Lauren says, some people don't like to be seen wearing the same thing twice. And this idea is caused by social media. She uses the expression stems from.
She describes the social pressure of needing to be seen wearing new clothes on Instagram, and the availability of cheap clothes means it's possible to post new images of yourself wearing new clothes very regularly.
It sounds very wasteful and to me illogical, not reasonable or sensible, and more driven by emotions rather than any practical reason.
But there is a bit of a backlash now. That's a strong negative reaction to what is happening. Some people are now promising to buy second-hand clothes or vintage clothes, or make do with the clothes they had and mend the ones they need. It could be the start of a new fashion trend.
Yes, and for once I will be on trend, and it could reduce the amount of clothes sent to landfill.
Take one.
Yes, I asked you if you knew how many items of clothing were sent to landfill in the UK in 2017. Was it A, 23 million items, B, 234 million items, or C, 2.3 billion items? What did you say, Neil?
I said A, 23 million items.
And you're wrong. It's actually 234 million items. That's according to the Enviro Audit Committee. It also found that 1.2 billion tonnes of carbon emissions is released by the global fashion industry.
Well, we're clearly throwing away too many clothes, but perhaps we could recycle some of the vocabulary we mentioned today.
I think we can, starting with pledging. That means publicly promising to do something. You can make a pledge to do something.
When something is outsourced, it's given to another company to do, often because that company has the skills to do it, or it can be done cheaper.
And if one company undercuts another, it charges less to do that job than its competitor.
The expression stems from means is caused by or a result of. We mentioned that the rise in fast fashion stems from sharing images on Instagram.
And we mentioned this being illogical. So it seems unreasonable, not sensible, and more driven by emotions rather than any practical reason.
And a backlash is a strong negative reaction to what is happening.
And that brings us to the end of our discussion about fast fashion. Please join us again next time. Bye!
Bye!
6 minutes English from...
Okay, who answers the first question? No one? Okay. Yes, you can read it. Yes, you.
Yes, it can.
Third, yes.
Fast fashion has a negative impact on the country's economy because people waste their money when they buy items and throw them away after wearing them a few times.
So, what is the negative impact of fast fashion?
People waste their money.
Yes.
When they buy items, throw them.
Okay. Who answers the second one? Who answers the second one? You?
Reach. Obsession with fashion.
What is the most dangerous from your own point of view? What?
Obsession with fashion.
Okay, who have another answer?
Wasting money.
Wasting money. Why wasting money is most dangerous impact? Give you reasons. It's okay.
بيكونوا عايزين فلوس اكتر بقى
Yes.
ما بيكونش معاهم فلوس.
Okay. Who have another answer? You all agreed? Okay, so wasting money, according to you all, is the most dangerous. And global warming? Yes? Okay, by buying more clothes, you throw it away, and it's contracted the environment. Okay, so it's affected on global warming and increasing of the waste burden on the environment. It's when you buy more clothes, you have a low self-esteem, right? So it's the nagging feeling of dissatisfaction. Okay, dissatisfaction. Okay, repeat after me. Dissatisfaction. And who buying more clothes become greed. Yes, greedy and grudge. And you be more obsession with. You be obsessed with fashion. Okay. What's the solution that you suggest? Who gives solution to fast fashion? To stop this? Yes.
Shared awareness for the dangers.
Okay.
Wasting money on fashion.
Okay, share awareness. Okay, who have another suggest?
Companies which need to make more money, they can.
Yes,
they
but
tax on you by.
Okay, they do fast fashion trends because they
need us to buy and get.
Want us to buy more fashions.
Yeah.
But what's your solution to stop it? She just suggests that to stop this fast fashion, these trends, we share awareness.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your suggest? Anyone can suggest?
Can use Facebook and social media to stop
As a platform to share awareness, yes. Okay, so raising people awareness of money, imposing more taxes on combined production of fast fashion items. Okay, teaching people, especially youth, more creative ideas on how to wear the same outfit differently using varied accessories. So far. Now we are going to learn the persuasive techniques. When you persuade someone, you have these three techniques. The first technique is ethos. Repeat after me, ethos. Ethos. In ethos, you use ideal character to persuade. Okay, so like in advertisement, when we put Muhammad Salah, okay, we use the ethos. Pathos, using emotions and passion to persuade. Okay. Logos, you use logic. Okay, so in ethos, what we use? Character, ideal characters, yes, or symbols. In pathos, emotions. In logos, logics and numbers. So now in groups, you are going to use the different persuasive techniques. Try to convince youth not to waste their money in fast fashion. Okay? So now you are going to divide it into groups and use these techniques, and one of them are going to read it for you all. Okay? Everyone who is finished will get chocolate. Okay? So how much do you have?
We are going to make a يعني like a presentation.
Not, yes, it's small presentation. Using the persuasive techniques to persuade youth not to buy fast fashion. Okay. مقسمة. خلاص بقى عدى. اقعدي اسكتي ما توترنيش. متقسمين. قسمتهم في الأول. مقسمهم.
واحنا ممكن اساسا حاجه.
Yes.
هناخد حاجه من حاجه انت قلتها.
Yes, use these techniques and persuasive. Yes, you can use Google. Persuasive techniques. Persuasive techniques. Okay. أنا أخذت بالي مش وقته. عايز منديل.
ما توترش أنت ماشي حلو.
منديل عايز منديل. إيه رأيك؟ المايك. إيه وشك؟ أنا شايف مناخيري بس. حطي هنا مؤقت. عارف مش هتكلم عربي اكتر من كده. Smart idea. Yes. لا. شخبطي بقى.
انا جبت الكلام خلاص.
انا كنت رايحه ايه جبت الكلام.
اوكي. ان شاء الله.
بقول لك ايه، خلي بالك ان العيال دي كلها عارفه وشك لان اصلا كانوا معايا في المدرسه.
معايا؟ Have you finished? Not yet? Okay. Who have finished? Yes. بقالنا قد ايه في التاسك؟ Yes, a small presentation. 2 or 3 sentences.
لا بس ما قصة حياتك. يعني بس ما انا عندنا هنا بتكتب قصة حياتك كيف بدأ الخلق. يا لقيت بره خليتها يا لقيت بداية
She's a small. What's up? Okay, are we done? Okay. I can start with Basmala. Okay. Be quiet. Be quiet. Voice, please, 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 please. Please. Basmala. It's up to you.
لا هي عادي لازم نطلع يعني.
Yes. Ethos.
Ethos is the persuade
Technique.
technique that appeals to an audience by highlighting credibility. Ethos advertisement techniques enjoys the superior character of a speaker, presenter, writer, or a brand.
Okay, how? Wait. How you use it to persuade youth to stop buying fast fashion trends? Use it. Give them some advice to stop buying fast fashion trends. Any advice? Small sentence.
Can aware them that by using awareness in social media.
Okay.
And on Facebook or on Instagram using awareness or make.
What technique you will use?
اسمها حملات يعني.
Awareness campaign. Okay, so you are going to use ethos. Okay, smart. Okay. Any other group? You will get chocolate. Okay, you finished.
Fast fashion accounts for all carbon emissions in the world.
Okay, into groups.
The industry when it comes to pollution behind to all of the industry. Fast fashion companies put on 150 million clothing items every year, since the materials of the clothes are cheap. People
Be quiet, please.
People throw them away after only a few uses in exchange of new clothing.
Another problem with the clothing is that when washing or throw away 5,000 tons of the microfibers or tiny pieces of microbial materials end up of the oceans every year. Fast fashion is a major factor in industrialization and pollution of environment. Thus, pollution is just one negative effect of fast fashion.
Okay. Wait. Okay. اثنين ولا Okay. Any other group? Welcome. Any other group? You'll get chocolate. Try any sentences. Any two advice. Yes. You look brave. Come here. Come here. Yes. Give youth any advices to stop fast fashion. Give youth any advice from you using the three techniques: youth, ethos, or pathos, or logos.
Okay. From my side,
yes.
Fast fashion is a waste of money.
Yes.
Waste of time. And you shouldn't.
Be quiet. Be quiet. Raise your voice, please.
And you shouldn't buy them.
Okay. So you use
ethos.
Ethos. Okay. Okay, any other group? Give any advice, you will get chocolate. Chocolate. Yes. Voice. Give the youth any advice using these techniques. Be quiet, be quiet. So, give any advice to youth using these techniques. Be quiet.
We dress not to impress the not to go with friends.
Yes.
We dress for ourselves, not to impress. We dress for ourselves.
They are youth. You can talk to them.
Not to impress people.
Yes. But to feels good.
Oh.
Right.
We dress for ourselves.
So you use pathos, right?
Yes.
Yes, you use emotions in your technique. Wait. The last group? Yes. Anyone? Yes. Yes. Anyone? Okay. Yes. Give the youth any advice. Any advice?
لا ربنا معاك يا جماعة.
Yes, to stop fast fashion trends. Okay, give them any advice using these techniques. No. Okay. You can read it. Yes.
عايزين نتأكد اللي احنا هنقوله ده صح.
In English. Yes. No. You can give the youth any advice from your point of view. Any advice from you.
Okay, ممكن ماشي نقول brands build trust with their audience when they stand with an important cause. Also, invoke to pay a brand to fundamental price.
Okay. Clap for them. Wait. ما بيقولوا لي. شباب. It's okay. Yes. So, be quiet. What did we learn for today? Fast fashion. Okay. What is the fast fashion means?
Trending fashion that made for some period
comes and fade away quickly. Okay. We learn 9 vocabulary. Okay. Can anyone list it? Yes. Undercut. Outsources. Pledges. Stems from. Backlash. Illogical. No, we said stems from. Huh? The other three بقى. Invisible, yes. Emissions, yes. Obsession, right? What is the dangers of fast fashion? Wasting money.
obsessed with fashion.
Be obsessed with fashions. Effect on global warming and low self-esteem. Right. The three persuasive techniques. Ethos. And ethos we use characters or ideal characters. Yes. In pathos, emotions. In logos we use logics, but in pathos, emotions. Okay. Any questions? Thank you.